Unfortunately, I lost my father to an accidental overdose of pain pills in 2015. 17 broken ribs, fractured shoulder, and a punctured lung. He succumbed to an accidental overdose in 2015.
So obviously it's not just about the money. What's your name?
Jaybird.
What do you do?
I own Cross Country Wellness.
What's Cross Country Wellness?
It is a full spectrum CBD company that specializes in helping people that suffer from symptoms such as pain, sleep, anxiety, inflammation.
Sounds like a boring business. Why did you start it?
Unfortunately, I lost my father to an accidental overdose of pain pills in 2015. And when he passed, it made me internalize that I didn't want that to be an end-all be-all for everybody, and that there was solutions out there, and that I wanted to be able to be, some sort of difference in this world, that I was going to be able to have, my footprint in life to help somebody that actually suffered from pain, from sleep, from anxiety, and had a holistic way to medicate themselves opposed to, going to pharmaceuticals.
We have a very different relationship than most. Been through the ups, been through the downs together. In the worst times of our lives, and we've seen each other and currently living the best time of our life. And it just keeps getting better. And obviously we've grown up together in the sense of working for someone else, working with each other inside of a business. What would you say about what we are doing here, like behind my back?
You built the dream to allow people like me to see that it's possible, and you're actually giving people like myself shortcuts to 45. So I didn't realize that, Suter was 45, but I was just like, fuck, that's 10 years. In 10 years, I have a lot of time to actually catch up and be like, at 45, I want to be past Jeff, and that's a respect to Jeff.
We literally had that conversation on the back patio last night, sitting there with Chris Knowles and knowing some of his background. I wasn't fortunate enough to see his growth, right? But that's what's cool is Jeff and Chris are they have a relationship like us. What we've built here is respectfully understanding. And what was really cool about that is now you got to open the conversation of Chris talking about what his journey is going to look like from 40 to 45. And we started talking about this spectrum where you measure time on. Your new starting point is with all this information you have now.
That compounding effect, I don't think you can measure the impact that it actually makes, though. Just being in this room and just giving my little brother the belief that he can do anything that he set out to do. And I think it was really cool going around the room and just seeing what everybody does and seeing how many individual fields that you could be in and actually make a life for yourself. You know what I mean? To me and you, it's this is our life. The thought process of going backwards never crosses our mind anymore. The things that we didn't think that we can do, it's no question now. The habits that you learn and the guilt that you feel for not doing, I feel like, being in these groups, so even impacting the chefs here just goes to show that you're guilty by association. But that right there just gave me, that even little piece right there showed me that what you're doing in this group is impacting everybody's lives that even touches this place.
No, we kind of joked about that, right? Because if you look at how other people treat specific positions in certain scenarios, for this, the original concept was we want to hire private chefs to create this environment for the members that it just takes it to that next level. It adds that flair. So when you think about it in that perspective, the help, someone like you would produce such a perspective that I think a lot of people miss when it comes to the fancy, I saw him on social media in this well-produced content in this beautiful home. It becomes so unattainable. It's because they have the near-death experiences or the rags to riches stories, and there's past traumas and there's issues that they've had to overcome. And then for them watching the content, consuming the message, they're like, well, this doesn't apply to me. So like, you've seen this, you've seen what's being created here and the power of this. So like, what does that do for a normal person?
So it takes you from thinking that like having a house is the American dream. That limiting belief goes to, I'm getting married in Spain next year, and we're gonna take a week-long vacation. So those limiting beliefs that you're actually, then it takes you from, all right, I'm gonna get a group of guys and I'm gonna get a mastermind together, and I'm gonna tell these guys how to make more money, how to be better with their kids, how to be better with relationships in personal and business life. It gives you those limiting beliefs of like, I don't need that, I don't want that. For an average person, it makes me feel honestly above average. That's super simple and easy to say. Those limiting beliefs, when you have a group of people that were limited at one time and then bring them in, and the fear of missing out of what you're gonna get in these rooms, you made an average person believe that unaverage is possible. Because of who you surrounded yourself with, I was guilty by association, and I accidentally became successful because I believed in you. And that's something that can't be bought, that's something that can't be taught. And I feel like what we're doing is just kind of creating a loyalty group. It kind of gives you a playbook of like, all right, am I being a shithead in this area? And being able to go to guys and being able to be vulnerable and without judgment, have something in return and get that nugget that you need and take it and apply it. That's what you made an average person feel is possible, is I have the answers to Google in human form now.
I would assume that like getting involved in these, like you're like, my life's good, but now what? Like you had nothing to fix. So why involve yourself in a group like this to be uncomfortable when you were comfortable? There was nothing for you to fix.
You know, I think everybody wants more. Pride gets in the way of men a lot. And their pride and their ego will be the biggest thing that steps in their way to preventing them to get what they're actually physically wanting. Because a lot of people, they don't have that direction. They don't know what they're missing until they did, like you said, like I said earlier, they're fucking pissed when they find out that that's how easy the actual resource or the bridge was to get across that fucking speed bump, that hump, that hill, whatever it was. So what's next? We're all here on the same goal, is to help each other be better, you know what I mean? And so like, what did I want more out of this group? Because ultimately I know more's out there. With my journey, with my dad dying, with, you know, like his journey ended at 57. I'm 27, I have 30 years to live. If you want your legacy to end when you die, don't go looking for something like this. I think ultimately that slapped me in the face probably the most.
It's been an honor, not only like growing up for ourselves, but the people that do look up to us and rely on us and trust us to be that person in their life. And your taking away is understand and respect the fact that like there is a true actual mission behind Cross Country Wellness, why you created this business. But now if you truly do want to impact more people in the right way, there has to be a system and a process to be able to do so. So it's been really cool to not only watch where you've done by yourself, but I can't wait to see where you go now that you have tools and assets and resources like what this community has produced, because I do believe in you. I do believe in Cross Country Wellness, and I do believe in our relationship. So man, I fucking love you, bro.
Love you, dude.
Nah, bring it in. Love you, dude. That was good shit, dude.